2 weeks ago, Brands Hatch turned up a few surprises.
Somebody actually holding off Marco Asma successfully. Oh, and he's gone off at Sheen. Hohenthal is going to win his first British Formula 3 race here at Brands Hatch. And there's no checkered flag. This time, yes.
So this week, though, we make our final trip into Europe and our run of great Grand Prix circuits continues as we arrive here in Spa-Francorchamps in Belgium for rounds 13 and 14 of the British Formula 3 International Series. Now, the weather here can be as unpredictable as it is at home. Last year, we had to cope with rain and fog, and 2 years ago, the weather was so bad that both races were abandoned. So you never know what to expect.
Long track, 7 kilometers.
We're on the throttle, I think, for over 20 seconds down one of the straights.
This is one of the circuits that every driver wants to drive here, you know?
Laps I've been doing is fantastic. I have a smile every lap.
Lefts, rights, up and downs, pretty much got everything, yeah.
Low speed corners, high speed corners, mid speed corners.
If we had more tracks like this in England and in Europe, it would be great for everybody.
After an eventful race at Brands Hatch, we saw another face take that top slot on the podium. That went to Sweden Sebastian Hohenthal, taking his first win in the series.
Hohenthal is going to win his first British Formula 3 race here at Brands Hatch.
Meant a lot. It meant 10 nice points and a big smile for the whole team. It's great.
Oh, look how much mustard on his clothes. Yeah, but he's coming up on the grass.
Also, I was lapping a guy and I made a little bit of a mistake, and then he caught me up. So it was a good last lap. I want to do it again if I could choose.
Things didn't go so well for the Brazilian driver Alberto Valerio. He collided with Aussie John Martin going into the tight Druids corner and was flipped into a spectacular roll.
Yeah, it was a heavy impact for who was just put into, I think, 12th position, 11th position on the grid. I don't stay very happy with him.
I got a bad run onto the straight, and then I was a bit slow through paddock, so as I come down the hill, I just went to the inside, and then I've turned into Druids, and all of a sudden I had a car on top of me, so yeah, not really sure there.
It was not a good weekend for me. I think one of the worst of the year.
I got a few little cuts on my hand from just the bottom of his car, and then a few marks on my helmet, but that'll all polish out.
So in the points, Marco Asma continues to go from strength to strength, having taken a win at every track so far this year. However, the fight behind is fierce as the rest try to stay in touch. The national class has been exceptionally close this year. Early season leader Frankie Cheng has slowly seen his lead chipped away by Sergio Perez, and for the last 6 races, there's been nothing between them. And as we enter the second half of the season, they're still locked together in the points.
I have never been so close in a championship, like being a level points, same points in the middle of the season, so it's quite difficult.
Sergio is a good driver, and the T-Sport also a very good team, so they always prepare a good car for Sergio, so no surprise that he's very good.
It's getting closer, as I say, and it will be very hard for me to beat him, so I'm doing everything as I can, same as him, and see what happens.
It's important to have a really strong rivals, which will help both of us when we move on to the championship class next year. So we're really enjoying that. Also, it's very difficult to beat Sergio, and I think he feels the same. So we just have to work very hard with the team, try to beat the rival.
So for round 13, Double R Racing, Stephen Jelley starts on pole position, but the championship leader Marco Asma is going to have a tough day. He starts right from the very back. Here's Martin with the grid.
Here's how they line up for round 13 of the Lloyds TSB Insurance British Formula 3 International Series, headed by Stephen Jelley on his third pole position of the year. Alongside him, Spa winner 2006 Maro Engel, good starting position for him. Sam Bird lines up third, ahead of Artie Mustonen, who's now turned himself into a regular front runner. Jonathan Kennard in fifth, ahead of Mario Moraes, his best qualifying of the season by some way. Brands winner Sebastian Hohenthal and Rodolfo Gonzalez are on row 4, with Niall Breen and the Miguel of Esteban Guerreri behind them. Sergio Perez is the national class pole sitter and he lines up 14th. Lining up for this difficult downhill starting grid at Spa. Red lights are on. Away they go. Poor start by Stephen Jelley. Here comes Sam Bird trying to squeeze through between Jelley and Engel. He's going to have to go wide around the outside into Eau Rouge. That needs bravery. He's stuck it in there and he hangs on. Now can Stephen Jelley retaliate up the hill with Marco Asma from the very back. Kelvin flying.
Look at that for a fantastic anticipation by Asma. Remember, he was put to the back of the grid after a problem in practice, and Bird challenges Jelley for the lead going up the hill, but Jelley retakes it.
Oh, and trouble behind. That's Hohenthal on the grass. There's Mustonen as well. Moraes stationary in the middle of the pack. That's going to be a big pile-up. No, they just about avoid him. Valerio in the gravel, I think, on the far side, and Hohenthal rejoining dead last. Wow, dramatic stuff. There's Mansell in the middle, and there is Valerio trying to get back on, minus some bits and pieces.
As we go on board with Rodolfo Gonzalez here, challenging Esteban Guerreri for fourth place. And Gonzalez, remember, in form, he had a couple of great races at Brands Hatch a fortnight ago, and he takes the place.
Right behind, Niall Breen just holds off Artie Mustonen, but doesn't get out of the corner quickly, and this revised bus stop allows plenty of room for these cars at least to overtake. If not Formula One, Mustonen's going to have to be brave around the outside. Guerreri comes back as well, and again, re-profiled here at La Source, the hairpin. Again, much more room to play. Gonzalez checking the mirrors.
Waiting for a re-challenge by Guerreri as the tail end of the field, which features there Moraes and Hohenthal.
Yeah, right at the very back. So, up the hill they go. Mustonen just in front with Sergio Perez. He's the third in this little queue behind Artie Mustonen. Wow, oh no, very naughty, being pushed out onto the grass at what, 140, 150 miles an hour. That's not much fun. Holds his nerve, takes the place. So Niall Breen's little weave didn't work there, but that's the sort of thing that we shouldn't be seeing.
Here we are then, replay of the first corner incident as Alberto Valerio flies down the outside and locks up, but I think in front of Valerio, all hell had already set loose, and there's cars left, right and centre. Mansell touched there with Valerio, I believe, and I think it was Valerio was the only one left in the gravel. Here he comes with his damaged car.
Well, he's out of the race in the new Formula One pit lane. Meanwhile, with Sam Bird towing up the straight, the Kemmel Straight, a real power sapper, and aerodynamic advantage here is everything. Stephen Jelley in front, and Bird has timed it just right, gets by. Little wave to Jelley, thank you very much. Through he goes, and back into the lead.
Yeah, it's a long, long straight here, and it's the best passing place on the circuit, so Bird slots into the lead. That was a good move, and let's see if Kennard can close the gap. There is Kennard in the background. In the pits, meanwhile, Diana has a word with Alberto Valerio.
Alberto, what happened to end your race?
Yeah, again, like in Monza race 2, someone touched me, this time from behind. I can't see who is, but it's a shame this. Every time it's happened this on a professional category like F3. So I'm out of the race because someone touched me behind. I started in 13, I was 7 or P6. A good start and someone touched me behind. I don't know why.
Midfield battle, this is Castellacci slipping by Alex Waters. Around the outside, Waters, oh! That's Moraes, tries to fight back. Moraes has gone off there into the back of somebody, it looks like. Gearbox and tyre marks on his nose. Meanwhile, it's Bird from Jelley from Kennard. Battle for fourth. Mustonen inside and gets by Gonzalez under braking.
Yeah, that was a great late move by Mustonen, and Gonzalez has another go to retake the position back around the outside, but a wobble there. He's missed the apex through the third part of that corner and drops off Mustonen.
Maro Engel in the pits. The Carlin cars are going down like dominoes. Valerio, Moraes, and now Engel. Sam Bird out front. Niall Breen still in the top 10 as well, but Is there something going wrong with the team, I wonder? Trevor Carlin looking a little concerned. Let's get down and catch up with Maro Engel.
Maro, obviously you're disappointed to end the race so quickly. Do you know what happened?
Yeah, I had no sixth gear in the car. Well, the sixth gear might have broken. We have to see why, but certainly when I shifted to sixth gear, there was nothing there.
Battle for second, Stephen Jelley with teammate Jonathan Kennard right behind Calvin.
Yeah, around the outside of the flat out in top gear Blanchimont corner. I think Kennard's got the speed there to do it. Bird goes through in the lead. Yep, Kennard takes the place and then move up to the bus stop chicane next.
Well, I wonder if Stephen Jelley's got a little bit of a problem that he's nursing, because Sam Bird has eased away, Kennard has closed in and disposed of him fairly convincingly there. Mind you, this is the best race of the season so far for Double R. Look, their cars are second, third and fourth, and if the Carlin jinx actually hits Sam Bird, then suddenly they'll be in for a clean sweep of the podium. But at the moment, Bird is looking fairly trouble-free out front, and no sign of the Ardennes Forest turning wet yet either. Leo Mansell inside Sean Petterson at this very revised new bus stop, the part of the lap that Formula One have asked to be changed there, and that certainly produced some overtaking opportunities here for Formula 3 cars. Now, the Kemmel Straight always does, Kelvin, and again, Stephen Jelley times it right, toes up behind his teammate and goes by. Yeah. Asma trying the same.
Here's a guy we haven't seen much of this race yet. Marco Asma started last row of the grid, and he made fantastic progress, remember, with that kerfuffle at the first corner. He takes Sergio Perez, and behind him, Greg Mansell dives inside Michael Devaney. Let's take another look at the start. So we're on board here with Marco Asma, who started last row of the grid. Remember, he shoots past that car that barely moved, and he's already up to speed, going through mainly the national class runners here. He's got a good run down the outside, and you remember he dived outside onto the extra bit of apron here where they're all being very careful, but he just kept his foot planted. He must have passed 6 or 8 cars there. Fantastic anticipation.
Oh, Guerrieri made a mistake in too deep at the bus stop, and he very nearly didn't make it back around onto the track out the escape road, but he's lost 5th place. Oh, and that's very naughty, shoving Niall Breen off the road as Breen takes 6. And right behind Asma, oh, locked up on the grass. Dear, oh dear, when it goes wrong, it really goes wrong, Kelvin.
Yeah, a bit of justice you could perhaps say for trying to squeeze Breen out, and Guerrieri missed his braking point at the hairpin. Now we're back on board with Asma, who's lining up on Breen down into Eau Rouge, and Breen takes the line. He was in front, but Asma can regroup and try again as they climb up the hill. Remember, it's a long, long straight.
Jelley passing for second, or is he? No, last time up the hill. So he's really piling the pressure on his teammate, but at the moment Kennard holding on with Asma.
And in the background, Asma did in fact take the place from Breen on the exit of Eau Rouge. He tried on the entry, which was chopped off, but he got him on the exit.
Now then, Sam Bird heading up through Blanchimont for the final time, and this is the driver's eye view of the new bus stop. Much deeper in, sharp right, long looping sort of U-turn going on here with the escape road in front of you. He negotiates it safely, so too does Kennard. 3rd place Jelley, 4th. Mustonen is very close though, and if Kennard puts a foot wrong, Mustonen will be on the podium. Up to the reprofiled hairpin at La Source, Sam Bird sweeps through, and Mustonen having a think about the inside, couldn't quite get close enough, so Stephen Jelley will hang on for 3rd, and it's 2nd, 3rd and 4th behind Carlin for the Double R team, as Sam Bird celebrates his 2nd Formula 3 win of the series. Sergio Perez, well, he was briefly passed in the first corner melee by Kong Fu Cheng, but he holds the national class leads to the flag. So now all Sam Bird has to do is start winning in Britain. He won in Bucharest, he's won here in Spa as well, holding the Double R trio behind him. Sergio Perez, the national class winner, but our overall winner, Sam Bird.
Sam, many congratulations. What does this win mean to you?
It's great, you know, 2nd win in the season. Unfortunately, I've gained 2nd place in the championship again, and that's where I want to be for the rest of the year.
A great result for Sam Bird, taking his 2nd win of the year so far, but not so great for the rest of the Carlin team. But don't worry, they'll all be back again after the break.